El Pumbas.
the challenge which faces the economy today. Let your labors help during the coming years demonstrate your capacity to meet it. May Almighty God guide and assist you in your work. His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, closing remarks of speech to Parliament in November 2nd.
Brought down on Florida, and we are with
Our strength resides not in military might or in the economic wealth, but rather in cumulative moral influence, which we can bring to bear on the people and the problems of the free world. In this force, in men who can but be awakened and focus on the problems of each day, we shall, God willing, survive each day to the dawn of tomorrow. And in this survival guarantee to our children and our children's lifetime, of peace and security, under justice and light, and under God, His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile. It is not misleading to recall that in the past, the Ethiopian people became completely isolated from the rest of the world, thus unable to take advantage of the great movement of the modern civilization, were in the backward state which justified their sovereign governor them as a good father rules his household. But considerable progress having occurred in all directions, thanks to our subjects, their emperor is entitled to decide that the grant of a constitution is not premature, and that the time has come for them to share in the mighty task which their sovereigns alone had accomplished in the past. It is necessary for the modern Ethiopian to accustom himself to take part in the direction of all departments of the state, and it is with that in mind that we have resolved so that those who are worthy to do so may sit in them, to create 2 chambers whose members will be chosen by provinces with the approval of the emperor. Decisions will be taken in these chambers according to the wish of the majority of their members, but they will not enjoy the force of law until they have received the approval of His Majesty.
for the little ones, you know, who come forward and still give us strength to read up and the document and the word. The little ones and big ones are all the same, okay? When it comes to the kingdom of Rastafari, we are in one, you know? Ain't no greater and no smaller, you know? Tall and short. Right? So in this thing, I use the government. It's a government thing. I know it's a government. Huh? Okay? Well, give thanks for the word. His Majesty word is like a Bible. You see, I see that a Bible too. Well, for I and I, His Majesty word is the word where in time of trouble sometime. And sometime when we reach a crossroad or a little block, we could always find a way around it to over it. Sometimes His Majesty word will provide us with that. You know? So just like how we are His youths here, we are children at the most side. So I humble before you to say these things, you know? And when I look in I say security, I see Jack. You know? We see Sellale around we go see in you right? Empress in you right? God pure. You see? This is what we're trying to be like what it is now. Even though we've grown, we can't have that purity at the end of that. Unless we go through this fire. See what I mean? So we give thanks for it. You know? Anyone have anything to set free? But remember this a day where it's came back and hit. And we can't use the mouth and up and anything, any kind of words. You know? Just like we let you read them things, they don't catch on to songs, they don't catch on to everything. If they get it, say enough. You know? When we say program, we ain't trying to train them like a dog leader, and we ain't trying to program their mind like Babylon. But this is what we got to create. We got to create a schoolroom setting. Because brethren now, we can create a lesson and we can walk with the youth them and show the youth them the right and so and learn from them too. You know what I mean? Because man, they are man realizing that we can't allow this to get away from us. You know what I mean? You know? So we got to say that we got to return them and live and them. The Father said to us to enter the kingdom of Zion, we got to return like a babe again. You know? Then your mind is still not purity there. It's what I'm saying. So we gotta return like a babe again. Enter Zion. You know? The fire ain't stop and the fire ain't ceasing. Ain't nothing different in it. I have been here and go shine this one. Don't let no back see now. You separate. People Israelite Muslim whatever we talking of black they are all one. They are many people who trying this time to separate us. There are a lot of tricks and recipe and plots. Do all kind of things for us to uphold a lot of old ways. But then things that seem to get leaked out from wrong here. Because then things will keep us apart and then we can't come together like this to build family and nation. So it's very important. And Zingaya today because she on free. That's just the life and the cycle of things. But she's still here with us in the mix too. Because she understands something, so she says she not some color hide it. But we just want her to know that in anything we're doing, even for me to stand here, I'm doing it in all humbleness and meekness. Before you as youths, once again, you know, so we can find back ourselves. You know, we are all children of the Most High. You know, and when I look at her, I use all that I want to be. You see what I mean? To say I can't be all that I want to be. I use all that I want to be. Because you in back, so it's a glory for man and man to say this why is a heavy voice His Majesty now. Before Empress Menem. You know, before God in flesh. You know? So the concept of God in flesh is that each one of we is gods and goddesses, you know? But not for us to advantage the next person, kill somebody, go around us killing animals and destroying humanity. We are not gods of the nature, you know? We come to restore the earth, replenish the earth, you know? Bring back righteousness to remembrance for the people. You know? We have an example, we don't live by an example. They got people out there might be looking. They might not come here, but they might take a look. What are they doing over there? Get together, man. You know? Well, that's what I tell you, people have a curiosity. Whenever we come together, they want to know what they're doing. You see what I'm saying? So when you come together like this, you have a purpose. You are supposed to tell our Sabbath, giving thanks to His Majesty, or you know what I mean? Because if we don't hear His Majesty as our God, who we going to see as our God? Yeah? You see how you see the God and Pokemon thing and all them thing out there? Yeah? As them kind of distraction there? Huh? I think that people out there put that program in. I can't know how the Pokemon name and don't know the Ethiopian names of the kings and don't know one or two words in Amharic. If they replace these things out and mind why you just read that they got doing all of that stuff. You see what I'm saying? That's like, you know, name one is you remember anyone from 1 to 10? You remember one number from 1 to 10 in Ethiopia? 0. 0. 0. Which one is 0? That's right. Sus. Which one is Sus? Stop playing it, man. That's only 1 to 10.
Sabbath is 7.
Sabbath is 7.
That's the
This is just a little thing for us. So we need to learn Amharic, to learn back our culture. You know what I mean? We got other nation of people out there right now. I don't see the Arab them trying to live like black people. I don't see the Chinese trying to live like black people. I don't see Chinese eat black people food. Huh? No, the Chinese don't eat their food. They got chopstick and everything when they go sit down and eat their Chinese food, right? That's their culture. When you go to a Chinese home, what you do? You got a little table, you got to take off your shoe, you got to go sit down by the table even to drink tea. The table low down there. That's their culture. They bring it from China. So who are we? We have an identity and we have a culture. You understand? I use prince and princess as royalty in all thing like and white wall and so, you know? Yeah man. I use royalty, you know? Yeah man. Gods and goddesses, you know? So what can I say? I mean, are you present? Anybody got any work something or kind of man and see up still, you know? Life is what it is, man.
I don't say you want to
It's a school room. We don't call it Sabbath school, you know. You know, we don't sing it in the chorus, you know. Every Sabbath morning come to Sabbath school. Sabbath school ain't teaching no Greek mythology. We ain't teaching no two-man kissing, no Remus and Ramos and no all them kind of Greek mythology. You know, we ain't teaching them white supremacy. So straight across the board, anything we teaching that is along the lines of Pan-Africanism, black supremacy, black solidarity, African emancipation, is all along the lines that we supposed to be the ones dealing with it. You know what I mean? Because the teacher them in the school won't tell them about Christopher Columbus and Marco Polo and Jesus. They don't tell them in church world and Pokemon and I go bring it up because this thing serious. Pokemon is a wicked thing, you know. You see it? You got a bonfire in the wall too, you know. Yeah? I got a bonfire in the world just by being yourself. You know? Every white girl want to be like her. You know that? Every little white boy want to be like her. Huh? But don't think this is about race. Okay? There's no racism and ain't no separation thing. But you can't know yourself. You think two Caucasian people ready to bring you? Now you see how black you be over there, so black like a car. You think two white people can bring you? You think two white people bring you? They can't do it. You check? Hey. Stop messing with that. Listen, that's blackness and beauty, you know. Hey, I know in school, right? Hey, what in school, right? Every time you skin darker than somebody, you say you're black and busy, you're black ugly and so gay.
Black and tough.
You know when your hair a little picky and so sometimes and a little picky. Man, your hair so picky and your picky head this and that, but wait, dying are you? Dying what? When they tell her you are picky, what are going to do? Run go straight in her hair? What a judgment. Huh? I can't go run follow them with no lipstick and so and all them things. I know what parabens. No, not for real. I know what parabens. I don't know what parabens. Parabens is the thing that are putting them makeup and all them stupidness. They want black skin look like makeup. And you know where it come from? They don't make it from a woman after birth. When a woman bring a baby, the placenta, they don't take now and use it to make lipstick and eyeliner and so. Eh? I see what Babylon doing. I need no lipstick and eye, African lips, I need no eyeliner and eye, African eyes. You know, I done natural. You know? So when the world see I, you let them know I do royal.
Daddy, the stuff black is right.
No, it's black over white is ever right. You know? Listen, how nice. Okay? That's Bobby. We need the Ella herbalists to come forward, you know. It's Sensi one over there. Come show them about some Sensi teaching. We're not hiding it, it's not drugs. Kasa, Sata. Come forward, them man, and sit down. Herbalist. Aye. Rastafari.
Well, little children, I was thinking that all of them would be here. Yeah, what I want to remind I, brothers and sisters, is that the fact that we're here on earth right now, it's obvious that God has a reason for that. And as a result of that, we have to clarify certain things in our liberty as we go along. Because our liberty is about perfection. But perfection is a gradual thing. For some it doesn't just happen easy so. It doesn't just happen all the time. But for us to be able to reach the highest experience possible, hey little children, listen to me now. Because it's important for us to know where we come from. And it's also important for us to know where we're going. So like 400 years ago, some white people came to Africa, kidnapped some black people, and brought them to the West. Some they brought to the Caribbean, and some they brought to the Americas. And those of us who have black skin in the Caribbean today, most of us really came as a result of that trust. It was a deadly trust because our people didn't come willing to come. They were forced to come, and when they came, they were greeted with some angry plantation owners planting cane and planting tobacco. So that is a sad part of history which they often want to start off with as though it's where we come from. But we don't come from that. We come from a noble liberty. We came from an ethnic liberty. Very often you refer to this liberty as the liberty within a tribe. But I prefer to use the word ethnic liberty. So in other words, brothers and sisters, there are many tribes on earth other than our tribe. I tribe is the Rastafari tribe. It's a tribe that has emerged as a result of the circumstances the Most High, the creation, and I have been put through. You know, so we're forced to create a liberty for us to reconnect with the heretical consciousness of the anciency in this here modern time. But as we observe, there are certain things within the liberty that we cannot change. And that is why from all the time we're going along, we often remind I people that agriculture is the most fundamental after the family. Agriculture is the most crucial thing within our life. In other words, we have to be able to feed ourselves. But the reality is, at this moment, we cannot feed ourselves. So we put ourselves in a very compromising situation that we have to seek to change. We cannot keep this thing going because the consciousness whereby we keep being fed by the same consciousness that enslaves us is a very dangerous thing. So as a result of that, we have to be real as we go along. More real than ever. Even more real than before. Because we find that we come out of a time when it was very serious. And for some reason, crack and cocaine and CIA and FBI infiltrate our movement. And it has caused some very serious brothers and sisters to fall along the way. And this is a very serious thing. It's a lot of our brothers and sisters who was our leaders in the liberty from a long time, who out there in the housing community, totally confused about the liberty. And now it's our responsibility, my brothers and sisters, to go and look for them, to keep reminding them of where they brought us. It is a very ironic thing, because it so happens that little children seem to be in a better position to change the community than even the elders in the community right now. And so with all the things that's happening in the villages and in the housing communities that is negative, it is happening as a result of the consciousness bestowed unto us, as a result of the misdirection bestowed unto us by the elder ones, which I so sadly happen to be part of. Because I happen to be 60 years this year. So I don't think that I am old, because years is a number. But at the same time I recognize that there are certain things that I've experienced as a result of my being on earth a longer time. But for now, I just want to remind I brothers and sisters that there is a whole network of similar movements all over creation. Some of them, they have never seen a car before. Some of them, they only hear that zoom in the sky, and so their parents tell them this is a plane or something. They're away from that which we know as civilization, which we know is absolutely not. In my meditation, brothers and sisters, the real people on creation is actually those people who live as tribes. The make-believe people on creation is all those people out there who living, whose culture is based on the remnants of slavery. That cannot be the real thing. So I'm saying, brothers and sisters, like never before, this information has been available to us about the tribal and the ethnic liberty. There is the information all over the internet about the Dogon tribe, about the Maasai, you know, all those great tribes of Africa, the Navajo tribe of America, you know, many great Indian ethnic groups in America and in China. What I want I to recognize is that it was the mystics, the African mystics from a long time, who went all over the earth, my brothers and sisters, sharing information about the ethnic liberty and set up the tradition. The original tradition of China is black people 6 to 9 months to navigate through the lands of Africa, and on their way while they were trotting, they were observing the animals and creating martial arts that the great thinkers and great meditators of this world use as a tradition in terms of raising their consciousness, my brothers and sisters. So all the martial arts and the Qigong and the Tai Chi, all those disciplines reflect our liberty. Sometimes we think of those things as Indian things or Chinese things, but we have to recognize the being that is most ancient, the being with the widest nostrils, must have the ability to intake more oxygen than other beings. So never see yourself, my brethren and sisters, as a movement contrary to that liberty. From long time, my little children, Rastafari brothers and sisters who observed by the St. Thomas liberty, the St. Thomas people, they used to see us as the yoga man. So yeah, yoga is an African tradition. The Dravidians of India, who are African people, was those who brought yoga to the Indian people, and they modified it in their wicked caste system of modern day 2016. But the essence and the consciousness of yoga, of Tai Chi and of Qigong is universal and African in its consciousness. That is why I'm advising the little children to get into the yoga and the Tai Chi and even the reading of the Psalms and the raising of the Kundalini. The raising of the Kundalini, the surest way, my brothers and sisters, that one can raise their consciousness from the lowest to the highest regions of their being is by being of genuine service to humanity. Be real about your service to humanity. But here is what you call collective consciousness. And collective consciousness is the consciousness of the ethnic group, the consciousness of the tribe, whereby everybody in the tribe, their mind is on the same page. The same way as an individual, and I have to learn to cause every cell in our body to act on the same page, to be on the same page. If we can cause every cell of our body to be on the same page as a result of the disciplines of the stretching and the breathing exercises and the focus of service to humanity, genuine service to humanity is the key to liberation, my brothers and sisters. Our aids in that process. So as we genuinely serve our family and ourselves and our tribe, yes, our ethnic group, and we expand that consciousness to the other ethnic groups, and we do collective sharing, my brothers and sisters. There are certain areas in St. Thomas, listen to me, brothers and sisters. There are certain areas in St. Thomas where our ancestors used to communicate. We have to find those areas. We have to go to all those slave plantations and unlock that spell. You know what I say now? We have to go out there with affirmations, my brothers and sisters, and our drum, and get involved in consciously unlocking that spell that is prevailing all over St. Thomas from a long time. When the slave master and the slave master children had initially organized this community to be a place for fun and frolic, the fun and frolic of the white man them, where they used to bring horse around here, and the buccaneers and the pirates could do what they want with the horse they used to bring all around here. And this situation prevails here in St. Thomas up to now. And the owners of that, they bring around the cocaine and they freak out our community with their nonsense and the evil. And here we are as Rasta, with the drum and with the consciousness and with the liberty, the work session and the consciousness and the science of the earth, whereby we shall learn how to keep our seminal fluid and raise ourselves to a higher consciousness, my brothers and sisters. So we set the wheel in motion, whereby as we go along the purification rituals, my brothers and sisters, we can share information with our brothers and sisters who are trying to figure out what it is that we can do as a people to liberate ourselves. Even in this time, my brothers and sisters, where they seem to have a plan to create a race war between black and white, a war that will involve the police, who are so indoctrinated into thinking that they have to toe the line, where the white privilege dictates that they will protect the Caucasians more than you. You don't realize that when our children die on the street, nobody gives a D about our children dying on the street. But if one Caucasian dies on the street, I want the IDM to know that this is systematic. It's a plan these people have. It's a genocide. And the people have us. They have us well messed up in our mind. And now the Ku Klux Klan don't even have to get to work anymore.
Firebomb.
They just program our people with the music and with the movies. And now the greatest thrill to a black man is to kill another black man. Fire upon that.
What you doing?
But we have to change that course, my brothers and sisters. We have to set up the yoga tapes and bring it to our people. We have to remind them that they have to stay away from that Hennessy and stay away from that beer, because they put a lot of manganese and other drugs in those drinks and in that food for us, and they're causing the children to automatically just get involved in this murderous mode. You know, nowadays we find Rasta people even thinking that Rasta is about being an OG, original gangster. Yes, you have to be rebel in this time because it's not easy time. But Rasta ain't no gangster. And for all the brothers and sisters who are wrong, who setting the example, who bringing their children around this consciousness, we give thanks for you, because we know that is what His Imperial Majesty and the great Empress Menen want for our people, this great balance of liberty, this great love that we must keep bringing on. You don't realize, brothers and sisters, as we go along in this trot and as we keep doing things in Bordeaux, we have to keep reminding ourselves that it's only Rastafari and the conscious people in St. Thomas that can change this evil murdering thing around in St. Thomas. Because the children ain't going to listen to them out there. It's only I and I the children listening to. Sisters and them. I want to tell you, sisters and them, for a long time, man have kept you all right behind. Sometimes even stepping on you all, literally. I want you to know it's your time back. I want you to know that many brothers have gone contrary to the tribal consciousness. I'm not saying all the brothers. I'm saying many brothers. I'm saying too many brothers. And I'm saying now is the time that the female energy, the nurturing energy, is needed ever more in the West, and in the East, and in the North, and in the South. And there is the certain kind of consciousness that is female in nature, that is nurturing in nature, that is magnetizing in nature, that requires the sisters and them to come forth, that requires the brothers and them to loosen up a little bit, not within the context of infidelity, but within the context of recognizing that the H.I.M and the H.I.M alone can do certain things within the community. That the most noble thing for the community is the raising of the little ones. And no one is equipped to do it better than a sister, especially from the age of 0 to 7. And if it's a sister, auntie take over afterwards. And if it's a little king man, the father take over afterwards. And then the uncle take over. So